Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I know sparks a lot of curiosity because I always receive the same question: who is my ideal man? Every time I open a Q&A on Instagram, that's the most repeated question. Sometimes I answer briefly, but I never manage to give a complete response because it's a deep topic. That's why I decided to bring it here, where I can express myself calmly and in detail. I'm going to divide this topic into two parts. First, the physical aspect, and then the personality. For me, both matter. My mom has always told me that the most important thing is what's inside. But I don't think a good heart without character is enough, nor an empty appearance. For me, the ideal man is a balance: image, personality, and feelings. And although this is my way of seeing it, I'm sure many women will relate, especially when it comes to the personality, because that's where a heart is truly compared. So let's start with the first part. Yes, the first thing that catches my attention in a man is his physical aspect. I've always imagined him tall because I associate height with presence and protection. Next to him, I will feel safe. I'm attracted to a strong, well proportioned body, firm shoulders, defined arms, broad back tapering into a narrow waist, and solid legs that balance the figure. Attraction isn't only about the torso. Well-shaped legs make a man look more harmonious and masculine. In the face, I'm drawn to defined features. A straight nose that harmonizes with the rest, strong eyebrows, a firm jawline, and a smile that lights up the expression. I'm attracted to a fair-skinned man, blondes with blue or green eyes, and of course, posture. A man who stands tall conveys confidence, elegance, and magnetism without saying a word. Personal care is also essential. Impeccable hygiene, a subtle perfume that's memorable without being overpowering. A deep, steady voice feels powerful to me, and a strong, masculine hands convey energy and the ability to support. Altogether, a body that reflects vitality. Styles also matters, not brands or trends, but personal style, creating confidence and elegance through one image. The way a man dresses reveals a lot about who he is. In conclusion, my ideal physical type combines personal care, presence, magnetism, and natural confidence. And now we move on to the second part: the personality of my ideal man. But even if I'm attracted to a man physically, if he doesn't know how to treat a woman, he loses all charm. And the opposite has happened to me. Men who didn't match the physical traits I just described, but whose personality captivated me. A good example of this is Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. I'm not mentioning him because he's my ideal man, but because as character he impressed me with his intelligence, and the way he analyzes life despite his physical limitations. I know the show is known for strong language and explicit scenes. I skipped those parts. But what caught my attention was his mind. Tyrion is physically the opposite of what I usually imagine, but he wins people over his sarcasm, cleverness, and the ability to observe and understand others. His vulnerability humanizes him and evokes tenderness. I like him as a character, as an example that the mind can be more powerful than the body. Obviously, he has flaws, and there are things I don't agree with, but I chose to keep the good on him. That's make me reflect on how attraction can also grow from personality. That said, for me, the ideal man is someone who understands that respect is, isn't something you say, it's something that you show, where your eyes, with the way you speak, and with the way you listen. I don't want a man who controls me, but one who inspires me. Someone who knows when to take the lead and when to simply walk beside me in silence. The ideal man knows how to attract without forcing anything. He intrigues you because he has purpose and inner confidence. He doesn't need to show his worth because his presence speaks for him. He is someone who has keep his word, who has clear goals, and who inspires truth. And you might wonder, how should the ideal man treat a woman? I suppose every woman has her own preference, but I'll speak for myself. I like a man who is subtly protective, who make me feel safe without trying to confine me. Someone who can make me laugh, but I also think. Someone who stay by my side in my most vulnerable moments and still sees me as the most valuable thing he has. A man who let me be free but makes me feel that his world will be incomplete without me. I also like a man who is a gentleman. Someone who opens the car door for me, who pulls out my chair at the restaurant, who offers me his arm while we walk, who gives me his coat if I'm cold, a man who protects me through simple gesture filled with meaning. This may seem like small details, but to me they represent respect, care, and chivalry. I also like a man who is a provider. If he invites me out, I like him to reserve the best spot for our date and never let me pay the bill. Not because I can, but because his way of showing care and responsibility is by taking that role. That speaks of generosity, confidence, and the desire to offer the best to the woman he loves. And above all, I like a man who awakens emotions. Someone who look at me and make me feel the most beautiful woman in the world without saying a word. Someone whose gestures bring me calm. Someone who can talk to me about anything and make time feel spent. Someone who can hold my hand and make me feel peace. In summary, my ideal man is someone that combines physical beauty with a personality that reflects respect, mystery, confidence, intelligence, purpose, tenderness, chivalry, and generosity. A provider, someone who treats me like a queen, not with empty words, but with real actions. That is the kind of man who doesn't only attract on the beginning, but makes a woman stay forever. And now I ask you, if you are a woman, how would you describe your ideal man? And if you are a man, do you think it's really that hard to be mine?